I think it's time to start. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Born in Canada, Made in India Manufacturing with Wood webinar, hosted by Canadian Wood in association with Nürnberg Messe. My name is Nirmala Thomas, and I'm the Director Market Development for FI India, also known as Canadian Wood. The duration of the webinar will be of 1 hour, 10 minutes. Our speaker panel for today comprises of reputed wood product manufacturers and coating companies who will present on various topics related to manufacturing and importance of wood coatings, followed with an informative panel discussion. Just to add, we are also streaming live on FB. Without quickly taking much of your time, I would now like to call upon Mr. Pranesh Chibbar, Country Director, FII, to welcome you with a short note. Pranesh, over to you.
Thank you, Nirmala. Very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to you all watching this here by logging in or watching us live streaming on the Facebook. Thank you very much for having taken time out to attend this webinar. We will try and see if we make sense to you through the different presentations by very esteemed partners we have in the industry who will be sharing their experience working with wood and especially working with Canadian Wood. We have been busy the past year organizing webinars on different topics from time to time. This time we thought of bringing to you live experiences of manufacturers working with softwoods in particular and Canadian Wood. We also have roped in this time two highly accomplished specialists from very renowned companies like ICA, Pidilite, and Renner Asian Paints. We have been busy the past year, not only organizing the webinars on different themes and topics from time to time, but we have been also conducting training workshops online for the benefit of our manufacturers who have associated with us. And we also carry forward the visits one-on-one with the customers we have been engaged with the past year. For those who are logging in for the first time, we at Canadian Wood, formerly known as FII, are a crown agency of the government of British Columbia, the westernmost province of Canada. Our mandate is to promote softwood species from British Columbia into the offshore markets. We have 3 offices in India, with the main office being in Bombay. We have 2 satellite offices backing up the operations in Bangalore and Delhi, and a team of highly accomplished business development managers as well as technically qualified individuals are at the beck and call of the industry to answer their queries on how to work with wood, especially softwoods and Canadian woods. Thank you very much once again for logging in. Over to you, to the Master of Ceremonies, Nirmala Thomas.
Thank you, Pranesh. Just before I begin with the presentation, I would request all the attendees to please put their questions in the Q&A panel only and not in the chat box. We will be tracking the Q&A panel for questions addressed to the different presenters and speakers. Today, the first presenter for the day today is a lady highly passionate about building with wood, who through her company RTS has managed to successfully cater to high-end solid wood window and door frame systems for private residences with a long-term vision of sustainable construction using timber as a construction material. I would now like to invite Ms. Bhavna Sharma, Director RTS, to begin with her presentation. Welcome, Bhavna. Bhavna, you're on mute. Yeah.
Share the screen, Nirmala?
Yes, it's coming. It's not yet visible, but it's coming through.
Okay, thank you so much for the introduction. I'm really honored to be here this evening among such eminent panelists.
Bhavna, your screen is not yet visible.
Oh, yeah, but because I can't just a
Okay.
second.
Do you see a stop share? Do you see somebody else sharing? Is your screen showing a share button?
I'm just unable to share the screen. Can I just check and maybe do it later? I don't know what's the issue. I'm unable to share the screen.
Okay, no worries. Can I just proceed with the next participant so that you can have time?
No, give me a moment.
Sure, okay.
Can you now see the screen?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Nirmala, thank you so much for the introduction. And I'm really honored to be here among such eminent panelists this afternoon. And I would like to specially thank Canadian Wood for giving me this opportunity to address such a large and targeted set of audience. Thank you so much. I'm the founder director at RTS, and the idea of establishing RTS was born in the year 2009 while we were doing our own house. And it really came like a surprise to us that such a huge country where people passionately indulge in making their homes, there was not even a single company which could supply a factory made window or a door system. When I say system, I mean a window which is openable, but which is absolutely thermally insulated, weatherproof, soundproof, safe and secure. And as we all know that necessity is the mother of all inventions. And so that is how RTS was born in the year 2011. And after rigorously working with timber for about 10 years, I can safely vouch for what Frank Lloyd Wright said, that wood is the most humanly intimate of all materials. We are truly motivated to work with timber, not only because of the aesthetics, but because it is the greenest, most sustainable building material. It has a very low carbon footprint, it is biodegradable, and perhaps the only natural material which is infinitely renewable. In fact, it was widely in use in the past in our country, and these tall structures are the testimony of the fact that if engineered efficiently, timber can last centuries. But somehow it lost the charm in India due to lack of research and technological advancements in our country, and due to a lot of issues associated with traditional woodworking. Some of the key concerns were the expansion and contraction, because wood, being a natural material, tends to either absorb or release moisture, and as a result it expands and contracts. And after thorough research and study, and post our research, we narrowed down to glulam technology. Glulam technology is a technology wherein multi-layered lumber is glued together in a manner that the grain direction is opposite and it doesn't expand and contract. So the problem because of which timber could not take care of the modern architectural growing needs of the architecture industry, it was because of this expansion and contraction. Glulam is very well capable of taking care of all those issues and concerns. So that is what we started doing in our manufacturing facility in Gurgaon. And while designing our products, we really took care of finer details to ensure that all our products are suitable for Indian weather and lifestyle conditions. Through this platform, I would like to invite anyone who would be interested to have a look at our manufacturing and R&D facility in Gurgaon, which is equipped with all the modern and latest technology tools and customized and stringent processes. So our main core product is windows and doors, and all our window and door systems are made using glulam profiles and sections. All these profiles and sections are indigenously designed by us using the technology I explained. And we do a pretty wide range of door and window system. I would like to explain it one by one. Certain things is quite common in all our products. All our products can accommodate a double glazed unit or a laminated DGU glass for better thermal and sound performance, and for security, for meeting all kind of security parameters. All our systems have double gaskets for exceptional noise and weather sealing, and they are really nicely integrated with bug meshes, because we believe that without a bug mesh, it is very, or an insect screen, it is very, it is almost impossible to open a door or window system. Talking about this particular window, this is called as a casement window. It opens outside. It has very nicely designed hinges, which keeps them on a stay. So the sashes, in case of if there is a windy condition, the sash don't bang the frame. And you can see in the animation, the bug mesh is very nicely integrated within the system. Then we also do a tilt and turn window, which turns open inside to a easy clean position, and it can be tilted to a ventilation position. It is also integrated with a top rolling bug mesh, so that, you know, once it is in a ventilation position, the clients the users can really enjoy the breeze. This is a very interesting window system, which is a louvered window system. It gives the flexibility to use either glass or solid wood louvers. Again, the mesh is a de facto standard. I mean, without a bug mesh, we don't sell a window, actually, because we believe that it is really, really important to have bug meshes integrated within the system. The handle which is used to operate the louvers is also used to tightly seal it and lock it. So even a louvered system is absolutely sealed and, you know, tight. RTS also does solid wood doors and glass doors, and our range of solid wood doors include both modern and classical systems with all kind of standard or simple or very ornate kind of crown architraves to meet the classical designs of requirements. All our doors also have gaskets all around, a drop seal to make it absolutely soundproof. It has hinges and multi-point locking system. In particular, I would like to in detail talk about this system. This is known as a lift and slide door. And I think nobody could have imagined 10 years back that a lift and slide door can be done in timber also, because if it expands or contracts, the sliding simply will not work. A lift and slide system is a system wherein we unlock the door. When we unlock the door, it slightly lifts up and it slides flawlessly. And another good thing about this system is that it doesn't have any cavity track at the bottom. Normally, sliders have cavity tracks, which a lot of people, including me, don't appreciate, because in weather conditions like our country, it is very difficult to keep vacuum cleaning them. So at RTS, we have really paid a lot of attention to these finer details, that our sliding system runs on a near flat rail. So there is no cavity track at the bottom. And again, as you can see in the animation, in this, we also do a slide and hold door. This door is quite suitable spaces when one wants to combine the indoor with the outdoor. This comes in various kind of door configurations, from 4-door, 5-door to even 10-door configuration, and multiple opening positions. So as per the requirement, one can open just 1 door, 2 doors, or all the doors. And as again, you can see the bug mesh, which is quite a unique thing in RTS system, can be stretched to about a 4-meter span. Even this system has a minimal bottom track, and it is a bottom rolling system as well, which keeps it very, very sturdy for years and years to come. Now I would like to show a few installations done by RTS. I particularly like this one because here the architect has replaced the walls with RTS moving walls. I call them moving walls, but this is a sliding system which has replaced the entire wall. It's 4.2 meters tall, and I can really say that it wouldn't have been possible if we were not using yellow cedar, because yellow cedar from Canada, it has the appropriate qualities and strength and the stability which is required to build such tall and large systems. This is another installation where we have done double height glazing and a double door and an accordion style slide and fold door. This one is again very interesting to see that a 10-meter wide glazing has been done in timber. Again, something which somebody never imagined. So sometimes people ask us that what is the maximum span you can do? And I always say that timber will not be a limitation. The limitation could be glass or the hardware. So that is what we have achieved today after doing 400 installations pan-India. Now moving to our next product line, which is RTS Wooden Homes, which was sort of a natural progression for us because we use the same technology. So we build our homes using post and beam, glue lamp post and beam technology. because we didn't want to use stick frame, because we wanted the architects and the homeowners to give the required architectural freedom to achieve the kind of aesthetics they want to achieve. So this is the way we do the post and beam construction, which is very fast to come up, which is lightweight, and very easy to repair and maintain as well. Through this exhibition, which we did in the year 2017, we exhibited we exhibited for the first time the kind of construction we wanted to do. So this is a small space, which is a 1500 square feet space, which was done in post and beam construction. The structure was erected only in 18 hours, and the rest of the 2 days were taken by the interior guys and the light installation team. So this gave us a lot of confidence, and a lot of inquiries started pouring in. But we sort of waited for the right project, because we wanted to really show the true strength of timber construction, and prove that it definitely can last centuries, and you can actually design a structure the way you want. I mean, design for a life that you want it to have. So this is what happened to RTS last year. We signed up with an HNI, and we are doing his house, which is a full, complete 3,500 square feet house, which is entirely being done in glulam timber in Goa, in Vegator region. It has very interesting aesthetics. The architectural style is the Tudor architectural style, which has these tapered columns and beams. They are huge posts, and it is definitely a delight. It's going to be a delight to see it happening at the site very soon.
Sorry to interrupt, Bhavna. We just have 1 more minute. Yeah, sure.
So this is the sectional view, and this is what is happening in the factory right now. So you can see these huge columns coming up, which are almost 550 mm wide, and they run up to 5.2 meters. So, and this is our another product line, which is a curtain wall. This is an example of what we have done in Hyderabad, and this is what we do for the architects and our clients, that we are developing the ecosystem so that whatever is designed is transformed into a reality in the most efficient manner. And through this platform, I would like to inspire more and more people to build green and to build healthier built environments. Thanks for this opportunity. Thank you so much. Over to you, Nirmala.
Thank you, Bhavna. Amazing visuals. Really impressed. The second presenter for the day again is a lady, Miss Soma Singh Roy, CEO of classic furniture brand Bramola. Soma is an experienced and talented designer who has worked with a reputed export-oriented unit that sold high-quality solid wood furniture across USA and Europe. Her products have been showcased at several international furniture shows in Birmingham, Helsinki, and Sweden. After her long innings in exports, Soma decided to take a short, brief break to start a classic furniture company catering to the domestic market under the brand name Bramola, with a clear intention to promote art through artisans creating handcrafted and painted furniture in solid wood. I now like to invite Ms. Soma Singh Roy. Welcome, Soma. Please go ahead with your presentation.
Thank you, Nirmala. Good evening to everybody. And I'm very grateful to Canadian Wood team to give me the opportunity to share my experience. I would say almost 25 years of experience in dealing with different kind of woods from different parts of the world, and my recent experience of working with hemlock and other different species of Canadian wood. And our subject is designer furniture today. When we see furniture in a home.
Sorry, Soma, could you just press on that full screen button so that it will be more visible? Yeah.
When we see furniture in a home, like a rocking chair or a 4-post bed, we see them as a distinctive object, lovingly crafted to provide joy, comfort, and peace of mind to the house owner, which also exudes the taste and personality of the homemaker. See, the time is short, so quickly I will start simultaneously showing my products in the screen. The wood for every piece of furniture we make at Bramola is carefully selected to suit the design and the usage of the product. And then this piece of wood is chiseled lovingly and polished to go well with overall theme of the house, while taking care of customers' requirements and emotions. A little background about Bramola. We at Classic Furniture today, known as Bramola. This is our brand name, and it's a sister concern of Aircel Organics Limited. Classic was established in the year 1992 to manufacture solid wood furniture and export, and it was a highly equipped state-of-the-art factory with machineries from Europe. We were that time pioneer in making RTA furniture in India. Our parent company Aircel Organics is a market leader in adhesives, and we make resins for wood-based and panel-based industry. And we are exporting to different parts of India as well as in India for last 63 years. Over the time, exporting all over the world as well as in India for last 63 years. Over the time, we evolved into doing customized designer furniture under the brand name of Bramola, and that was established in the year 2016, catering to both individual homes as well as hospitality projects, and working closely with leading architects and interior designers. At Bramola, we are very careful about our corporate responsibility. And we are trying to encourage craftsmen across India, and a lot of artisans are engaged time to time for making designer furniture. We work tirelessly to showcase our art and craft skills of Indian artisans in fusion with our furniture, each handcrafted for customers who love art and craft and our cultural heritage. Slowly, in our own humble way, we try and contribute to the revival of Indian timeless heritage and creative expertise passed from one generation to another generation in a range of furniture comparable to the best in the world in terms of quality, design, and workmanship. Our strength, our most first and foremost strength is we are dealing in wood for last 30 years, and we have intimate knowledge of handling wood from different parts of the world, as well as native wood like teak, shisha, mango, rubber wood, and many more. It helps us to select the right timber, appropriate species to handle in different weather conditions. We treat wood as a living object which breathes, moves, and reacts according to the variation in climatic condition. We observe and consider the behavior pattern of every wood selected to do justice during production. Now the trend in our endeavor to do our contribution to reduce global warming and in sync with eco-consciousness of the customer, we took a conscious decision to focus our attention to work solely with legally harvested certified wood from sustainably managed forest, and found the right partner and real supporter to work with FII in India, better known as Canadian Wood. Now, production planning, we take pride and special care and for making the production in solid wood, and the area, our strength is our aesthetic and design, function and practicality, ergonomic and comfort. We make very good, we specialize in making chair, and we have almost 40 designs of, more than 40 designs of chair collection. And then construction and joinery and choice of ranges. And our strength and specialty. Fusion of art and carpentry is our strength, is our specialty. We have a team of designers who do painting, carving, inlays, weaving, and other art and craft work. Finishing, we are very much into different kind of finishing, with special highlight in open grain finish, distress finish, antique finish, two-tone finish, pour finish, and chalk paint. All are done 80% of the work is done manually, and it's need lot of innovation and creativity. Innovation. We are constantly trying to do something new and give something new to the customers and to the market in terms of design, finishes, food species. And one of the innovation, our recent innovation, I would say, is Canadian wood. Let me share a little bit of my experience with Canadian wood. 3 years ago, I met Canadian wood team, some of the marketing person who loved my furniture and motivated me to use Hemlock, and I made a chest of drawers to show at Les Meridian, and it was a big hit. I was delighted because it took less than half the time in production compared to the species we usually work with. Also, polish came out extremely well, and the product looked very good, and it was highly appreciated by everybody. But still, I was not sure whether I'm going to Hemlock or not, because optically the price was too high. So next, but still, I made a complete bedrooms range, which was showcased in International Hospitality Exhibition at Noida. You can see the turning, carving, painting, everything was incorporated in the design, and it was a big hit. But the biggest hit, high point and opportunity was when the Canadian wood team asked us to customize a designer range for display inside their wooden demo house at Bangalore India Wood Show 2020. It was a turning point for us. And we had a complete faith while going through the process of making the furniture. We realized that we have full confidence to go ahead working with Canadian wood. And it's needless to mention that we had our own set of challenges while making it. We had chipping, and we had edge breaking, because that was mainly because of inexperience and lack of expertise in dealing with coniferous wood. So there was an initial resistance, but once the product was made, there was a big satisfaction, and we realized the long search for making right timber for our designer range is over. And we have made a lot of ranges in Hemlock, which I will show simultaneously. But I would like to say what influences our decision for selecting the Canadian species. And I will specially talk about Hemlock because that is the wood which I have used mostly. Number one is aesthetics. Hemlock has lovely grain pattern. If you do a quarter sawn, you will find a floral pattern, which is subtly exotic, and rather I can compare it with a bird structure also, and which is perfect for making classic designer furniture. But whenever you cut it straight, I mean straight sawn, then the grain is straight, more stable, and which is very good again for modern contemporary design furniture. Structural stability.
Sorry, so much. We just have 1 more minute. Yeah, please.
One more minute. Okay. Structural stability, joineries. I will quickly show the products which I have made out of Hemlock. Finishing, cost effectiveness, timber management, and local availability. Everything is very suitable for selecting the timber. And quickly, I would like you to go through the range which I have made out of Hemlock. You can see the beautiful carving, hand painting, slats, modern and contemporary, as well as you can see the classical design. And once again, I want to thank you everybody for giving me the opportunity to showcase my product in a brief time. Over to Nirmala.
Thank you so much. Amazing pieces of furniture. I'm really hats off to your creativity, I must say. The next presenter for today is someone who has who began his first love for wood and wood products at a very young age of 20. Mr. Thomas Marcos, partner at Kelachandra Vineyards and director at Kebros Aristo. He has left a mark in the industry with launching of successful brands like Kelachandra Door and Window Systems. Kelachandra is a leading woodworking company in South India that has been in the industry since 1980, employing nearly 500 people across multiple plants. I now invite Mr. Thomas Marcos, partner at Kelachandra, to begin with his presentation. Mr. Thomas, go ahead, please. Yeah.
Am I visible? Is the presentation visible?
Yes, it is. It's on. Yeah.
Thank you, Nirmala. And also, thank you, Canadian Wood, for something for everyone out here. And also thank you for this really nice lush background that you've given us. So just a quick introduction about myself, another introduction. I'm currently part of 2 manufacturing companies with 4 verticals employing about 500 people across India. They are Kelachandra Veneer Industries, which is into solid woodwork, veneering, and we manufacture pre-hung doors and window systems here. The other company I'm into is called Decopad, which is into, it's a cabinetry division of ours where we do wardrobes and kitchens. Ariosto India is a market leader in floor to ceiling sliding door solutions. And then we have our 4th vertical, which is called Art of Lacquering, which is one among India's large wood coating application centers. We export parts and components from here. Now I'll be doing the session on the perspective of Kelachandra veneer door and window systems. I personally have been into woodwork since I was a teenager and traveled all over the world sourcing wood, learning woodwork all along. Now the reason I'm doing this session today is to share a little bit of what 40 years of being in the industry has taught us and how it's molded us to what we do today. I'm going to start by saying that despite coming across multiple crossroads in the industry, in woodwork, wood works is what I'm saying. It works with continuous product use of sustainable raw materials and understanding market trends. Coming to the first part, which is product development. There are so many people doing woodwork out there, but I still see many current options still being a little outdated. This also includes products being either over-engineered with material specifications or under-engineered for functionality, or both. And I say there's a lot of scope for product development in our industry. I have clients asking me to increase the weight of my products because the comparative product is heavier, or sometimes arguing with me, saying that everything made at site works out cheaper than factory made. Some other times it's timber specifications or unsuitable hardware or coatings as well. No? So the truth is we need to put value on the table of the customer by striking the right balance with functionality, engineering, and cost. And for me, this comes from continuous product development. Just to explain this, there are 3 points to it. The first thing is define product customization. What we had to do, the first thing was to set a baseline for product customization. And below that line, we don't let customer specifications define our important manufacturing processes, product engineering needs, or quality expectations we have set for us. In the meantime, we allow for our customers on their aspects like design integration, project planning, or project budgets, etc. The second is we are all part of a supply chain, and hence product development needs an ecosystem of both upstream and downstream development with manufacturers, suppliers, architects, builders, and we all need to understand each other and work together. Being in this ecosystem enables manufacturers like me to simplify other decisions on machines, tools, quality of people to hire, the type of machinery we should buy, the inventory we carry, and many other matters that help in the process and its cost. Now, this is not as difficult as it sounds, and there are great technology and partners already out there to help you with this. This will also help you this will also help the whole ecosystem to react fast to a fast developing world. For example, pre-hung doors were never a product in India till about a decade ago. We got hooked to it in about 2017. It has completely changed how we manufacture doors and frames, and it's still an evolving process. The second part to this is going to be about raw materials. Raw materials are very critical for every manufacturing process, but when it comes to woodworking, you need to base all your future business with the use of long-term sustainable raw materials. Everyone must have heard the slogan, save the planet, don't cut trees. I personally would like to rephrase this as save the planet with woodwork. There exist great ecosystems in certain countries where trees are cultivated for years with the sole purpose of storing carbon from the atmosphere. Then they need to be harvested, processed, and distributed to the market so that more trees can be planted and thereby enabling more carbon to be removed from the atmosphere. This cycle continues and can go on for another 100+ years or so without destroying any forest cover, or maybe ending up with surplus forest cover. Now, this is the interesting part, as it involves thousands of carbon negative raw materials, that is timber ready for further process downstream. Why not plug in your business into this chain, which becomes a part of a bigger global initiative involving government bodies, builders, architects, and in future, the end customer as well. This comes at no risk involved. It's got a guaranteed supply for expansion if required, and a worldwide support. Over the last 40 years, we have made many products with a lot of great Indian timbers and imported timbers across Europe, Malaysia, Africa, etc. However, interestingly, over the last few years, we have shifted our major solid wood production into timber sourced from Canada. Now, coming to the last part of the session, which is all about the market. All products have a certain shelf life in the market, and that becomes an opportunity for new product choices to find its way into the market. So as a business, it's important to study market trends and to be able to adapt to its future needs. Along the trends for quality and well-designed products, our daily lives are slowly but surely leaning towards new choices with labels like green, organic, biodegradable, eco-friendly, non-toxic, hybrid, solar, natural, etc. With concrete jungles in the rise, there's also been a shift to biophilic architecture that is connecting nature with spaces. I personally think that there's nothing better with nature than stone and wood. So this mix is very interesting market, no? where everything is moving to natural products, and we're trying to catch the wave. With regard to market size, this is just some for discussion. My small estimate with a few niche builders in Bangalore alone is that they can use about 40 to 80 40-feet containers of sawn timber per year towards door frame consumption. This is probably less than 10% of the organized market for construction. Now, this across 8 cities in India can be a powerful market to drive change. I've also heard that if you add up all the organized residential construction in a city, it will not cross more than 45% of the market. So the rest, 65%, is still individual houses coming up. The point is that the market is big and there will be influences that will drive choices at these spaces. So to sum it up, wood works, and I'm putting my bet on products that appeal to a market a bit evolved and customers yearning for something better or with long-term benefits. So these are some of the products that we do. You can see the pre-hung door systems. We do close to about 800 to 1,000 pre-hung doors. They're made from veneers. Flush doors. We work with a German tubular co-construction, and our timber choice is obviously yellow cedar, which is something we do a lot of. We also do a lot of solid wood doors besides flush doors. These are some of the solid panel doors that you see: louver doors, puja doors, double doors. We also do them in colors. We offer them in about 300 RAL colors that you see in the market. We do window systems as well. And of course, coming to expanding your horizons, you can do wardrobe shutters. These are some wardrobe products that we have supplied with solid yellow cedar. You can make wall panels. These are red cedar wall panels and yellow. Make a lot of small homes, any timber at all. So yeah, this brings me to the end of what I had to show you. It's more to do with woodworks and a perspective of why we see a future in woodwork. Thank you very much. Over to you, Nirmala.
Thank you, Thomas. Amazing range of woodwork, and I know your father very well. So I think what he has done and what you have done is something really brilliant. Moving on to our next set of presentations from manufacturers to coatings. We just want to set the tone for this. Is basically the wooden furniture industry is heavily dependent on wood coatings for protection. It helps increase product life and also enhances visual appeal, especially with regards to exterior wood coatings where finish and longevity are key requirements. I know the market is basically divided on different variants like waterborne, solvent products. So because of such intriguing questions that we continuously have been receiving from the audience in the past, we decided to bring on board our coating partners for today. So our first speaker from the coatings industry today is Mr. Pankaj Basi from ICA Pidilite. Pankaj has been associated with ICA for more than over a decade. ICA, through their latest innovation in wood coating solutions, have brought to the Indian market a range of exterior and interior wood coatings. I would now like to invite Mr. Pankaj Basi, Country Manager at ICA Pidilite, to begin with his presentation. Over to you, Pankaj. Pankaj, all okay? Pankaj, can you?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's better. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So please let me know if you are able to see the presentation.
Can you enlarge the screen, go to full screen?
Yeah, sure. I'm doing that. So yeah, first of all, thank you so much, Nirmala, for a wonderful introduction. And I would like to congratulate and thank you, Canadian Wood, for organizing such an event and giving us opportunity to participate here and to to interact with such a lovely and talented audience. So yeah, so as Nirmala also mentioned, and our friend Mr. Thomas also emphasized on the fact that sustainable solutions, that's something which we need to look upon going forward. So we take proud in saying that as ICA, we are probably one of the first companies in Europe also who started on this path a years back. So we have a lot of focus, and a lot of our research innovations are based upon the fact that we want to go ahead with the sustainable solutions, and we have a lot of product series which contributes to the green environment, and we have achieved also certain very reputed certifications to that extent. So speaking about Canadian Wood, like we do have with Canadian Wood in Indian market, we have it's been a while that we have
So sorry to interrupt, Pankaj. Can you go full screen? We are seeing slides. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, so as I was telling that it's been some time that we are working closely with Canadian Woods. The reason is that since all of us we know that wood is a living thing. So every species of wood has a different sort of composition, resins, tannins, etc. So these woods has to be treated differently. So for example, exterior woods need a certain set of treatment, which is sort of flexible coatings, which to certain extent it would support the expansion and contraction of the wood, which happens throughout the year, as told by Ms. Bhavna at the beginning. Similarly, for the furnitures which are for interiors, to that extent, tables, wardrobes, etc. There you would require different sort of characteristics and properties in terms of hardness and scratch resistance, etc. So having said that, my intention is that as ICA we do have the categorized products. So we do not we evaluate that where exactly, if it is a per kit requirement, then we have a different sort of products. If it is a exterior furniture, so every category has a devoted set of products. So looking at some of the categories, very I would say a very brief introduction regarding our company in India. Since ICA is present in India since last almost 25 years. but we have joined recently in 2016. We have this joint venture with Pidilite. So now we call us it ICA Pidilite. So I would just like to show you this video which is there. So please let me know if it is audible to you, Nirmala.
We can see it. The volume is low.
Italian designers have forever been the preferred choice of the global glitterati. But who do these top designers prefer? Presenting ICA of Italy. ICA is true Italian glamour, presented through a world of luxury wood finishes. Their innovations and in-depth research set them apart as world leaders. ICA now brings Italian glamour to Indian homes. Question is, does your taste meet the choice of Italy's finest? ICA, Italian wood finishes, good taste shows.
So yeah, that was so now coming to the company profile, like I was mentioning that we did a joint venture with Pidilite. So now we call it ICA Pidilite. So this venture is done with the since the potential of the market is on the path of expansion. So we thought it would be worthwhile to have a strong partner here in India and get a factory here. So we joined hand with Pidilite and we got our factory in Gujarat. So we are 80% of our products are getting manufactured in India with imported resins, and the team who is behind all this, so they are also being transferred to India just to ensure the right quality and the right consistency of the product is being delivered to the market. So our key pillars are always, as I mentioned earlier, also that we believe strongly in research and developments, because innovation is the key to success for us. So we keep on innovating, and our resources are to great extent are kept for the development purposes in terms of R&D. So these are some certifications what we have got from Europe or to that extent in terms of ISO. So let us just have a look at how evolution of the wood coatings has happened in India. So it started maybe from way long. It started from the tung oil, linseed, and then it went to alkyd finish, then lacquered polish, melamine. Then it came 1K, 2K PU, then Italian PU and polyester, and now we are keeping a lot of hope and push to the water-based coating, which is the next future. As all we know that the water-based is the solution for the future. Sorry. So product range revolves around, basically we have a different set of families, right from the solvent based to water based. So these products are from the different families like polyester, polyurethane, acrylics, water based, and then some sort of special effects, which I will take you through a very quick glimpse of those special effects in my presentation. So starting from the polyester coatings, as you can see from from the visuals, that it is a very thick coating, because as all we know that beautification of wood is depending upon extremely on the sort of products we are choosing for that. So these polyester has certain advantages. For example, it has very good scratch resistance and physical resistance. And then also the key USP of this polyester is that you can buff it. For example, if I buy a table today, after 3 years there are some wears and tear resistance on the table, so it can be rebuffed again and make it to a new one. So that is one USP of this polyester coating. And what sort of coatings are there in polyester? Definitely, like we have the clear polyester, where we have horizontal and vertical different types of polyester. Then there is a pigmented polyester where we have more than 800 shades available. Then there is white and super white category. and then there are some base coats, etc. So as I mentioned, that these polyesters are definitely better in terms of hardness and strength, and the kind of build they can give is only possible with the polyester. So when you need a thick surface or thick protection on the wood, then polyester comes into play. So then we have these are some visuals. We are working with some very important piano players and guitar players across the world, so who are doing a mirror kind of finish with our polyester. So then there is polyurethane coatings. Polyurethane coatings again is a which we also call in India, normally it is called as a PU coatings. So PU coatings is another category which is rapidly growing in Indian market. So here again we are very strong. We have a different variants right from the normal traditional PU coating to we have anti-scratch coating, there are certain parameters in terms of all these chemical resistance. So we do have the different variants from that perspective. Apart from that, in terms of gloss levels also, if we say we write, since we have factory here in Jambusar in Gujarat.
Pankaj, you have 1 more minute, please.
Yeah, sure. So we have it's around right from the 5 gloss to high gloss, we have all these products here. So even in pigmented one, we have more than 2,000 colors. So I will just take you through a bit quickly. So then we have acrylic coatings, where we say that it is these coatings are quite clear, and these are anti-yellowing coatings, especially for the light veneers where we use it doesn't tend to change them like PU and polyester in yellow. So these are some acrylic coatings. So then we have some water-based coatings. As I was mentioning earlier, we have water-based interior and exterior differently. So the characteristics which are required are very different from these coatings. We have also some special effects which are quite unique in their nature. So these are some visuals of those special effects. Then urban matter steel effect, as you can see in the pictures. So all these effects, we do also provide the trainings. I mean, we do not only sell the coatings, we do have the proper training centers across India where we provide the training if some manufacturer or some painter wants to learn this. So this liquid foil is there, Eldorado Gold. So all these are the special effects which are there. And then we also have the S-Matte product, which is a new, and it's a very super matte product along with very high scratch and high chemical resistant properties. So for anything, I mean, we can connect offline to that extent. As we say that, I would again like to thank Nirmala and Canadian Wood for this this wonderful opportunity they have given us. And I definitely we will also leave our contacts, and anyone can reach out to me for any sort of query if it is there. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Great presentation, Pankaj. Thank you for sharing the ICA wood coating range and the company profile. The second presentation from our coating partners today, before we head into the panel discussion, is by Mr. Marco Mancini from Renner Asian Paints. Mr. Marco Mancini began his career in the field years, honing his skills not just in the area of wood finishes, but also in the concepts of joinery. He moved to the wood coating industries working with the ICA group in Italy before moving to Renner Italia, where he has now spent more than 10 years in the technical field with a focus on new markets and new product developments. I would now like to call Mr. Marco Mancini, Export Technical Manager for Eastern European and Indian markets at Renner Asian Paints, to begin with his presentation. Welcome, Marco. Yeah.
Thank you to Canadian Wood. Good afternoon to everyone. So just a quick Renner Asian Paints. So Renner was founded in 2004, and in 2019 with 130 million. The total amount in turnover is 270 million in wood finishing. We are present in 63 countries and counting. Plus, we have several branch offices in Chile, France, India, Mexico, Poland, Spain, UK, and US. So, Renault Italia and Asian Paints have been partnered since 2011. So, since that time, Asian Paints decided to import all the wood finishing from Italy in order to maintain the high standard quality level. And in 2018, we decided to approach a different segment of the market. I mean, the FM customer, by founding Renner India and by introducing a new range of products that move from water-based, interior, exterior, PU, acrylic, UV coating, and glass coating. So basically, we can say that we are a sort of tailor-made on paint, and we try to develop our material based on the customer request by the help of the Asian Paints marketing department, obviously. So right now, we have in our range more than 300 SKUs. So that give you just an idea about how we try to customize the product. And our staff is almost more than 20 techno sales people on the field with 6 depots spread all over India. So, sorry, 1 second. Along with the paint, we try to give also to the customer our experience on the field. We try to give a solution, operational capabilities, and of course, a vast product portfolio. So normally we try to drive the customer by choosing the right product. So our goal is to reach the point, I mean, to be sure about the customer needs. So we have to be able to understand the requirement, the request of the customer. So interior product or exterior, solvent instead of water-based, film forming, not film forming, clear or stained, fully pigmented. Obviously, also we work in terms of consultant, because we help them in order to understand how to maintain the product, how to treat the wood, how to prepare the wood, and so on. And also because we're looking for customer satisfaction, because finally the customer pay us the salary. So it's important for us these things. Today we focus mainly on one product, because basically Canadian wood works also for exterior that normally show the most critical point. So we want to show you just Aquaris in hydro oils. That is our new, not new product, but is quite new in India. And the advantages of this material. Advantage is why? Because by using hydro oil, you leave the wood as much as natural as possible. So in looking and tactile as well. These products, all this range of products have really good light fastness and can withstand extremely condition, extremely temperature, as in India is. I mean, rain, moisture, instead of humidity, sun, and whatever. Can withstand again border and fungus attack. That is not another critical point. And is available in all color range, fully pigmented or stained. And the main things is the maintenance. Since we knew very well that the maintenance of the wood, especially for exterior, is really difficult, we developed this material because it's not film forming. So once you have to maintain the wood, the stairs, instead of the handrail, instead of decking, just clean, remove the dust and repaint easily. Obviously, all our staff is always available in order to help end user, because also this product can be, let me say, a sort of DIY, because once you have a house, you can even repaint by yourself, I mean, without involving some other person. So just to give you an idea about our project was Taji Exotica Resort Spa in Andamans, where we developed a new product for exterior, for interior, decking, vanity area. So just to give you an idea that we move from decking that can be hydraulics to vanity area that required many different specifications, many different characteristics. So, for instance, in vanity area, we move mostly to polyester. Why to polyester? Because the people like to have a shining surface, really shine. So, for flooring inside, we move to UV. Why? Because in the vanity area, normally soap drop on the floor, water, and so on. So another important project was the Total Environment in Bangalore. Even here, we get the opportunity to test all our materials for exterior and for interior as well. So from furniture to tabletop, chairs, wall paneling, and glass coating. So I just give you two of these examples just to let you know that Renner, together with Asian Paint, is ready to develop products based on the customer request, based on the customer satisfaction. And normally, every day, we are able to develop from Renner Italy 6 new products. Can be pigmented, I mean, only color, or can be new product. So just to give an idea, Renner, again, together with Asian Paints, want to get the customer satisfaction. Thank you again to Canadian Wood for this opportunity. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Marco, for a very insightful presentation, allowing us to understand the philosophy of Renner wood coatings and the beautiful projects you have done so far and shared with us. I think we'll all agree that the presentation shared today gave us an in-depth overview of the manufacturing practices prevalent in India and the emerging role of wood as a sustainable material, and also the very important coatings division, which plays a very important role in maintaining the wood and the beautiful projects that you see. I would now like to invite all the panel members, Bhavna, Soma, Thomas, Pankaj, Marco, Jaydutt, and Peter, to switch on their videos for the panel discussion. My colleague Jimmy Thomas will be the moderator of this panel discussion and will be framing the questions to each of the panel members. Jimmy, please take this ahead. Yeah.
You're on mute, Jimmy.
Jimmy, the sound is, I think you'll have to speak directly. You're not audible, or shift to microphones. Jimmy, remove your headphones. What happened?
Not hearing you, Jimmy.
Jimmy, check your audio settings.
It was working.
Yeah,
Hello?
perfect. On.
Okay. Thank you, Nirmala, and thank you, audience, for your active participation through questions. I have grouped similar questions to make the answering process easy and quick, because we have overshot the time a little bit. So the first question is going to Bhavna ji. Question is, how well suited your Windows systems are for the changing weather conditions in India? And also how the LOCDAR, use of LOCDAR is helping to achieve that.
Yeah. See, as I explained that we glue laminate all our window scantlings, all our window sections. So the process of glued lamination is such that, it helps us taking care of the requirement of expansion and contraction. So I think that is what you mean when you say different weather conditions. And because we've been doing it in India for Indian weather conditions, so now the process of how we glue it, the kind of glue we use, the orientation of grains. So, I mean, we've achieved a level wherein we can safely say that all our systems can be used anywhere in the country, and we have installed it on pan-India basis already. So they have already been tried and tested in different weather conditions, be it down south or in Shillong or in Himalayas. So I think we've installed in all kind of weather conditions. And as far as talking about yellow cedar, yes, this is a very interesting species because the density of the wood is right. It is, I think it's really apt for our kind of application because it is neither very hard wood, and I think it is the hardest among the soft category. So therefore, I think it really falls in the very right category for us, and it is very easy to glue this timber. It is very easy to machine it, coat it. So definitely, it has been wonderful using yellow cedar for all our applications.
Thank you, Bhavnaji. The next question is to Soma Singh. Somaji, you are well known for the customized high-end and handcrafted furniture, which is evident from your presentation already, and you are very overwhelmed with that. And what is so passionate about Canadian wood for you? And also, what sort of finishes you have given to those products?
See, I mentioned elaborately that why I selected the journey of selecting hemlock and going through the process. And finally, I've started making beautiful products. When I was using hardwood, and initially I had a great difficulty to use the Canadian wood because there was a lot of chipping and cracking. But slowly, I realized that it is because of our ignorance that we could not handle it properly. And I have already explained in my presentation that economically, see, first when I saw hemlock, I'm talking of hemlock because that is the wood I have used extensively. And optically, the price was too high. But when I went through the process of timber management, processing the timber, like sanding, like if for hardwood, we have finishing is very important. So we have to do grinding, we have to do orbital sanding, then it goes for hand sanding. In case of hemlock furniture, both the process is deleted. We don't need that. So at the end of the day, when you complete the product, the cost comparison is perfect. It is at par. And as I said, the aesthetics, uniformity of the wood, when we do the polish, because it is uniform, you don't have to match the grain. You can straight away get into the polishing process. So I can say many more. I continue about the hemlock, especially hemlock. And density wise, it is not a problem. I have already made, and it is already getting showcased in my experience center. So people can come and see also. Thank you.
Just a supplement question. Those drawings were done after the finishing or after the drawings you finished it?
Which drawing?
Whatever handcrafting done on the final product.
Before lacquering and sealer coating. When you first you put the base color, whatever the color of the furniture would be, then you have to do the painting, then you have to seal the painting with coating.
Excellent. Next, I will move to Mr. Thomas Marcos. Thank you, Thomas, for taking us through your journey and also sharing your vision for the future. It is very much exciting. You are one of the first manufacturers in India using yellow cedar for door shutters and frames. You also engineered some of them, some of the great products. Could you share your experience in convincing the stakeholders accepting yellow cedar, especially when you are interacting with the specifiers or the decision makers?
So I think primarily the reason I did a different take on the presentation rather than focus on too much of product was that it's more of an educative process. And like I explained, all the stakeholders had to understand what a manufacturer does and what is a manufacturer's role in making a product. to be able to achieve what the customer wants. So the customer could be a builder, etc. So I think today, when they understand the amount of engineering that goes into the product, the reason why we have selected the product, they don't question our motives on what we want to do. So we've been doing this for a long time. We've always, since we had the benefit of being in the industry for a very long time. So the trust factor has always helped us to convince the customer on the other side of the table to explain why we make certain selections and why we have to do certain processes and why something costs a little more, but the benefit will be passed on to the customer at the end of the day. No? So a lot of things are long-term. You may start with something a little more expensive when you initially said, like Soma saying, said, when she saw heard the price of yellow cedar, it's probably expensive, but in the long term is where you start seeing the benefits. When you start working on it, when you start reacting to changes that are required, when you start adapting to the correct tools, finishes, products, and then everything starts falling in place, and you start getting the product at the right price. No?
Thanks, Thomas. The next question is related to the coating, and it goes to Mr. Pankaj Basi. Hi, Pankaj. You have a range of good quality products for exterior applications, especially water-based I am talking about,
Right.
which is considered as the very environment-friendly material as well.
Right.
So one of the challenges which I found from the industry is that the application process the end user is following is not that as per the protocol or the procedure you are saying. So how are you going to ensure the correct procedure is followed and the best finish is achieved? Because after all, whatever visible is the final finish.
So yeah, so first of all, thanks for the question, Jimmy. So that's a very interesting question, and I'm happy somebody or someone from our panel has asked it, because it is very important to understand for us. So when we talk about exteriors, exterior is a very, I would say, different subject as compared to interiors, because exterior you have two very serious factors. One is which is rain, and second which is the temperature, humidity, right? So even in to that extent, in North India, in summers temperature goes up to 40-48 degrees, whereas a zone like Bombay, you have 4 months of monsoons. So from that perspective, as you rightly correct, we have set a protocol, we have set a process in place which needs to be followed, but most of the time it is not being followed, and rightly the result is not there. So what we have done in recent past, and we are trying to do it very aggressively going forward also, that we have set a in each I would say each metropolitan or every major city of each state, we have a training centers. So we have more than 20 training centers across India, where we have a trained technical painters from the company itself. We are doing continuous 12 months. These training programs are going on, and our intention is to upgrade the knowledge of these people who are currently, they are not aware of the importance of maybe different products and the characteristic of their in terms of the entire process. So the idea is to upgrade that knowledge. For example, for exteriors, we have 4 set of products, right from the impregnator agent, then to isol, and then to base coat and top coat, just to counter those attacks from the environment which happens throughout the year. So the solution to this is the training part, which we provide in the entire country. Pan India, we have, as I said, more than 20 odd centers which are there, and we are trying to expand these centers as well. So right.
Good. Thanks, Pankaj, for the elaborate answer. Next, we have Marco from Renner. Marco, the question is, what type of coatings are recommended for exterior applications, especially for the tongue and groove housing, decking, where a lot of use is happening, and the cladding kind of application, exposed applications generally?
As I showed before, normally for decking, for exterior, normally, since you already touch one critical point, the hand application, how we can be sure about how the people apply the material. We try to develop a product that is friendly use. I mean, easy to apply, because you can apply by brush. So You can cover wall paneling, stairs, decking, garden furniture, gazebo, fences, and whatever, and easy maintenance. So hydro oils, we develop hydro oils. Why? Because by hydro oils for decking, you have really good product with safe certification for anti-slippery, because it's already certified in Europe. Then for what regards handrail, garden furniture, wall paneling, we have other hydro oils that in terms of tactile, it's more smooth, let me say. So obviously it's not a single product, it's a cycle. Because as I said before, first we have to prevent borer and fungal attacks by applying preservative, anti-borer, and then we can overcoat with the hydro oils, can be texture or not, in different color or different stain. So basically for exterior, we can say hydro oils can cover all, but obviously for windows, for sure, we will go with the standard procedure that can be anti-borer, so stain, base coat, and top coat. But if you want something friendly, for sure, hydro oils is the best choice.
Okay, thanks for the answer. Peter is patiently waiting for my question. Peter, in recent years, in recent times, awareness about the usage of softwood is pretty much improved, and so is the consumption. Could you please give an overview of the current market situation in terms of supply and demand?
Oh, you're talking about this tough worldwide situation we face. You want me to talk about that?
Pardon, say again?
You want me to talk about the tough supply situation we currently face?
No, we have the current market situation in terms of demand and also the supply.
So, I mean, right now, I'd like to talk about India, Jimmy, about the adoption of softwood, you know, because it's been a challenge. And we've heard that from our three speakers, how they've all moved from hardwood to softwood. And there is some skepticism and some problems involved. But our first three speakers, talking about products and about the benefits of wood in general, spoke with such passion. You know, I mean, you could just feel that. I think we're going to coin a new phrase for Canadian wood in India, and that's our partners fashion with passion, because you know, Bhavna's window and door and buildings and furniture products, and Thomas's discussion about wood in general being good to use. We should be using wood, it's good for the planet. Talking with such passion, and softwood slots right into that, because softwood is sustainable, and Canadian softwood especially, or along with other softwoods, are sustainable and usable and easy to use, and they have so many benefits. So I think, you know, the adoption of softwood in India is now widespread, and much more knowledge over the last 4 or 5 years that we've been involved in India as Canadian wood. And that's going to grow. There's a bit of a supply glitch right now worldwide in terms of softwood. That's a different topic. I don't really want to get into it too much right now. That'll resolve itself because it comes back to supply and demand. But the other thing that's important, you know, is no matter what wood you're using, and design is everything. And if by using good design and engineering, such as all three speakers spoke about, you meet with success. And a big part of the success in using softwood in India is the coating. And, you know, so many questions we get, and when we talk about our wood, are to do with coatings. You know, and we try and keep it simple because we're not really experts. We've learned so much today from our two speakers. And in terms of exterior and interior coatings, I like to say that exterior coatings, you know, in general, we want something that's soaking into the wood and moving with the wood. That's ideal, rather than some surface coat that's going to crack. Interior, completely different topic, and there's so many advances, and so, you know, in interior products that I think that was a real eye-opener today. that we heard from Pankaj and from Marco. So
Thanks.
I think I've got to cut it short, don't I? Right.
Yeah, thanks, Peter, for the answer, and we are running short of time. Thank you all the panelists, and I'm handing off to Nirmala for further proceedings.
Thank you, Jimmy, and esteemed panel members. I know we regret we could have asked many more questions. Our actual question answer panel is flooded with questions. So what we will be doing at the after the webinar is we will be sending across questions which were meant for the particular panel member, and please feel free to address them directly to the audience. Thank you, Jimmy, and esteemed panel members again. That was indeed a very lively and engaging panel discussion. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Nuremberg Messe, organizers of India Wood exhibition, for partnering with us to host this show. I now invite Ms. Ruchika Chugani, Director Marketing and Communications, Nuremberg Messe, to share the thank you note. Ruchika, please go ahead. Yeah. Ruchika, yeah.
Hi. Am I audible? Good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
So on behalf of Canadian Wood and Nuremberg Messe, we wish to thank all the panelists, speakers, and attendees today for their presence. I think the inputs and discussions today were full of relevant insights and interesting facts. The woodworking and furniture manufacturing fraternity can indeed benefit greatly from all the expert findings and knowledge which was shared today. As we move towards restarting, relaunching, and recalibrating businesses in a post-pandemic world, we need more of these forums and discussions to move forward as a fraternity. On our part, we'll continue to create engaging and meaningful platforms for you to be a part of, and look forward to your continued support and participation. Have a nice evening, everyone, and we look forward to seeing all of you in person soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruchika. We certainly also look forward to India Wood 2022. I mean, that's all. We have finally reached the end of the session. Just before I say goodbye, I just would like to request the audience to please fill in the feedback form which you will be receiving in your registered email ID boxes, and kindly share back with us. Suggestions are most welcome. On behalf of Canadian Wood, I would like to thank our associate partner, Nuremberg Messe, our esteemed panel members, Bhavna, Soma, Thomas, Pankaj, Marco, Jaydat, and my fellow colleagues, Pranesh, Peter, and Jimmy, for taking the time and effort to make this webinar happen. Thank you and stay safe. Goodbye.
Fantastic presentations, everyone.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.